Hello, welcome to BMW Sports Car, and today's video is the 3 things to look for when buying a BMW E46 M3. So we all know that the E46 M3 is a great car and is considered one of the best M3s ever made, that in the E30 M3. The specs should be known by now. The E46 M3 was brought into the US from 2001 to 2006 and is a great performing car. Comes with 333 horsepower, is around 3,400 pounds. It just feels right, it's the right size, the right weight, and it goes very fast, 0 to 60 in 5.0 seconds, which is still respectable today. And back then, some car magazines even had it under 0 to 60 under 5 seconds. So, you're looking for E46 M3. What are the things you should look for? Number 1, the subframe. So, what BMW did for all the 3 series, so this affects all E46 3 Series cars, and especially for the M3 version, is that they bolted the subframe to the actual frame with a couple of bolts, especially in the rear. And what happens over time, that sheet metal where it's bolted tears up. So this is a good example from underneath. It shows you the spots where the metal will tear. Now, there's a couple of remedies for this. It's very expensive. There's a lot of subframe reinforcement you could do. A lot of BMW mechanical shops will do this, but they will charge anything from $2,000 and up. It doesn't have to be done, but every time you buy a E46 M3, you should always get the subframe inspected. Also, when you do get a subframe reinforced, you might as well change the bushing since they have to take the suspension in the back off. So always keep that in mind that when they're there, if you are going to do this costly endeavor, might as well get the bushings replaced as well. Number 2, vanos. So the vanos is this piece that's in front of the S54 engine, the legendary S54, which is the inline 6 engine that gives the E46 M3s the power and the bandwidth to rev up to 8,000 RPMs. Actually 7,900, but we could say 8. What the vanos do is a variable valve timing unit, and basically it helps with the oil pump to provide more high oil pressure to the engine. There was a design flaw though. When you take out the vanos in the front, basically you'll see there are these 2 sockets that pull the chains. And what happens is that there's tabs there, and those tabs tend to break. Unfortunately, if the tab breaks inside the engine, it will obviously damage the engine. This is a good clear picture of what one of those tabs broken will look like. Again, doesn't have to be, again, there's a aftermarket replacement for it. There's a lot of third-party companies that will make vano replacements that will fix this design flaw. And again, you don't have to replace it progressively. You just have to look out for it. You will know if there's a vanos problem based on the noise. There'll be a specific ticking sound that will come from your car, and that will indicate you have a vanos issue. Lastly, rod bearings. So this actually only affects cars if you're buying an E46 M3 that was made from 2001 and 2003, meaning 2001 to 2003. There was a mid-year refresh at 2003, so it's called the 2003.5, and the 2003.5s and up to 2006 had the rod bearing issue corrected as they were purchased. Now, if you're looking to buy a car in those years with the rod bearing issue, the good news is that BMW actually had a free recall for this, and most owners of the E46 M3 with this issue most likely at this point have gotten it fixed with BMW. And a clear way to check is always check your VIN number on the car you're looking to buy, and you could stop by any BMW dealership, go to the service department, tell them that you're looking to purchase a car from a different party, but you just want to check if the rod bearing was done. Most of the time they will do it for you, because a lot of times they will figure that maybe you being local and you purchase that car, you'll come and bring that car to service to them, so they see you as a future customer. So always make sure that the rod bearing issue was taken care of. Here are some rods. As you see the circle part, that's the rod bearing. Here's a closer image of some damaged rod bearings. So again, always make sure it's taken care of. So those are the three main issues that you look for. There's other issues as well, a lot of cosmetic stuff as well. A lot of times the rear view mirror that it leaks, has a leaking issue. The side mirrors also has a coloring issue. But those are the three main things you're always going to look for when you purchase the E46 M3. I hope this was informational. You could always learn more about BMW sports cars like the E46 M3 at bmwsportscar.com. Thank you.